I have brought you to this quiet place because your spirit is exhausted from the noise you've been chasing. If you keep running without listening, you will miss the direction I have already placed inside you. Today, you will learn the exact steps to quiet your mind so you can finally hear my whisper. My child, look at how fast you have been moving lately. You have been scrolling for answers, asking for signs, and begging for a map to your future. You have listened to opinions, warnings, predictions, reminders, demands, and fears until your inner world became crowded. But you did not find this by accident. I am meeting you in the quiet because your soul has been asking for me beneath the noise. Before this message ends, I will show you the stillness breakthrough, a simple daily rhythm built on 3 movements: step away, settle down, and listen deeply. This is not a routine for perfect people. It is a pathway for the weary, the overloaded, the emotionally stretched, and the spiritually tired. Stay with me. The answer you are begging for may not arrive as thunder. It may arrive as peace returning when the static finally stops. Right beneath this message, I choose stillness. Do not write it because your life feels quiet. Write it because you are willing to let me become louder than the noise that has been training your fear. You have been soul tired for longer than you admit. Not just sleepy, not just busy, not just needing a weekend off. Your spirit has been tired from constant access, constant input, constant comparison, constant decisions, and constant pressure to keep up with a world that never stops demanding attention. You wake up and reach for noise. Sometimes it is the phone. Sometimes it is the list. Sometimes it is the conversation you keep replaying. Sometimes it is the fear of being behind. Before your heart has even settled, the world begins telling you what to worry about, what to buy, what to fix, who to compare yourself with, and why you are not doing enough. That is exhausting. You were not created to begin every day already invaded. You were not formed to carry every headline, every opinion, every crisis, every notification, and every unfinished thought as though they all belong to you. Some of what you call normal is actually spiritual overload. I see how it feels. You sit in a room and cannot fully rest because your mind is standing in 10 other places. You try to pray, but your thoughts interrupt with tasks, fears, memories, regrets, bills, messages, health concerns, and the future you cannot control. You try to sleep, but silence becomes the place where everything you avoided during the day begins speaking at once. You are not weak, you are overloaded. There is a difference between a disciplined mind and a crowded mind. A disciplined mind can focus, rest, return, and receive direction. A crowded mind is always reacting. It jumps from fear to responsibility, from responsibility to guilt, from guilt to comparison, from comparison to exhaustion. This is why peace has felt far away, not because I left, because the room inside you became too loud for you to recognize my nearness. I have still been speaking. I have still been guiding. I have still been placing gentle invitations inside your day. But noise has trained you to value what is urgent over what is holy. Noise has trained you to distrust quiet because quiet feels unproductive. Noise has trained you to believe that if you are not solving something, you are failing. That is not my voice. Pause now. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Take one slower breath than the breath before it. Notice that you do not have to earn this moment. You only have to receive it. This is where stillness begins. Stillness is not emptiness. It is not avoidance. It is not pretending real problems do not exist. Stillness is the place where you stop letting problems become your master. It is where you return to me before returning to the burden. Stay with me here, because what I am about to show you next matters. Many of my children miss my whisper because they expect me to compete with the storm. You have expected guidance to arrive as a dramatic sign. You imagine the door would shake, the answer would flash, the feeling would overwhelm you, and suddenly, every question would be settled. Sometimes I do move with unmistakable clarity, but often my guidance comes as a soft nudge, a repeated peace, a quiet discomfort, a sentence that keeps returning, or a settled knowing that remains after fear calms down. My whisper is not weak. It is intimate. I do not always shout because I am not far away. A whisper is for closeness. A whisper invites you near enough to notice tone, not only volume. It teaches relationship, not just instruction. Think of a radio. If there is too much static, you cannot hear the music. The song may be playing clearly, but the interference makes it difficult to receive. You do not fix the music by blaming the musician. You adjust the frequency. You reduce the static. You tune in. That is what I am teaching you. Your spirit has been surrounded by static. The static of urgency. The static of comparison. The static of other people's expectations. The static of financial pressure. The static of loneliness. The static of unanswered prayers. The static of trying to predict every possible outcome before choosing one faithful step. No wonder you feel scattered. But I am not angry with your scattered heart. I am gathering it. The Master's whisper often begins with an invitation to stop. Not forever, not irresponsibly, just long enough to return to the source. Long enough to remember who you are. Long enough to distinguish my peace from panic. Long enough to notice that not every thought deserves authority. Here is the question I want you to hold. Is the voice inside you drawing you toward peace, truth, courage, and love? Or is it driving you into panic, shame, haste, and self-protection? Ask it slowly. My voice may challenge you, but it will not despise you. My voice may correct you, but it will not crush you. My voice may call you into hard obedience, but it will not use chaos as its covering. I am steady, so my guidance carries steadiness. You may still feel nervous when I call you forward. Courage often includes trembling, but beneath the trembling, there will be a deeper alignment. A quiet yes. A peace that does not always remove the challenge but strengthens you inside it. Do not confuse peace with ease. Peace can walk into difficult rooms. Peace can make a hard phone call. Peace can set a boundary. Peace can wait. Peace can apologize. Peace can begin again. Peace does not mean everything outside you is calm. Peace means you are no longer being ruled by the storm inside you. Stay close. The next part will give you the exact daily workflow. This is where stillness becomes more than an idea. It becomes a practice you can return to when life gets loud again. The stillness workflow has 3 steps. Step away, settle down, and listen deeply. The first step is step away. Step away from one source of noise before you try to hear me. Do not begin by demanding instant clarity while your attention remains tied to everything that agitates you. If the phone is feeding urgency, move it. If the conversation is spiraling, pause it. If the screen is filling your heart with comparison, close it. If the list is shouting, write it down and set it aside for a few minutes. This is not denial. It is separation. Even Jesus stepped away from crowds. He stepped away from demand. He stepped away before choosing, before serving again, before carrying what only communion could strengthen him to carry. You are not more spiritual than the sun. You also need withdrawal. Some of you fear stepping away because you think everything will collapse if you stop monitoring it. But constant monitoring is not the same as faithful stewardship. Sometimes constant monitoring is fear trying to appear responsible. Ask yourself now, what is the one noise I can turn off today to hear me better? One noise, not everything. Maybe it is checking your phone during the first 15 minutes of the morning. Maybe it is replaying a conversation in your mind. Maybe it is answering a draining message immediately. Maybe it is scrolling before bed. Maybe it is letting someone else's emergency determine your entire mood. Choose one. The second step is settle down. Once you step away, your body may still feel loud. Your thoughts may still rush. Your chest may still feel tight. Do not assume stillness failed because your mind did not immediately become peaceful. Stillness is learned. Your body has been trained by pressure. It may need repeated safety before it softens, so settle down gently. Place both feet on the floor. Put one hand over your heart if it helps. Inhale slowly, then exhale longer than you inhaled. Do this 3 times. As you breathe, say, I am here with you. Not I must solve everything. Not I must become calm immediately. Say, I am here with you. This teaches your nervous system that stillness is not danger. It teaches your mind that silence is not abandonment. It teaches your soul that quiet can be a room where I am present, not a room where fear takes over. Settle down without judging yourself. If thoughts come, notice them and return. If tears come, let them. If frustration comes, bring it honestly. If nothing happens, stay anyway. I am not measuring the holiness of your stillness by how dramatic it feels. I am looking at your return. The third step is listen deeply. After stepping away and settling down, ask one question. Do not ask 20. Do not turn stillness into another anxious interrogation. Ask one clear question, then listen with patience. Ask, Father, what are you drawing my attention to? Or ask, what is the next faithful step? Or ask, what truth do I need to receive right now? Then wait. The answer may come as a phrase, a scripture memory, a conviction, a gentle awareness, a sense to rest, a person to forgive, a boundary to set, or a simple instruction to stop carrying what is not yours. Sometimes the answer is not a sentence. Sometimes it is peace. Sometimes it is the quiet realization that you do not need to decide everything today. That is still guidance. Do not despise simple guidance. My whisper often becomes clear after you stop demanding complexity. Step away. Settle down. Listen deeply. This is your 3-minute stillness workflow. You can practice it in the morning during lunch, before sleep, in the car, before a difficult meeting, or when chaos begins rising again. Use it gently. Use it consistently. Stillness grows to repetition, not intensity. If this message is helping you choose peace today, like this video and stay connected with future words that help you hear my voice, guard your spirit, and walk through draining seasons with steady faith. Now I need to speak about silence, because some of you fear it deeply. You think my silence means I have left you. You think if you cannot feel me, I must be distant. You think if the answer is not immediate, then perhaps you have been forgotten. My child, silence does not always mean absence. Sometimes silence is trust being formed. Sometimes silence is the space where your dependence on constant reassurance is being healed. Sometimes silence is where I am teaching you to rest in my character, not only in my explanations. I am still near. A teacher does not abandon a student during a test by becoming quiet. A parent does not stop loving a child because the child cannot see every movement in the next room. A shepherd does not stop guarding the flock because the night sounds still exist. Silence can be sacred. There are answers you are not ready to carry yet. There are timings that would make no sense if explained too early. There are protections hidden in delays. There are roots growing where you can only see soil. I know this is hard. I know you want a map. But sometimes I give presence before I give explanation. Sometimes I give enough light for the next step, not the whole road. Sometimes I invite you to know my heart before you understand my hand. That invitation is not cruelty. It is intimacy. You are learning to trust me when the room is quiet, when the feeling is subtle, when the answer is slow, and when the world around you is loud. This kind of trust becomes deep. It is not built by constant emotional highs. It is built by repeated return. Return when you feel nothing. Return when your mind races. Return when the problem is still unsolved. Return when the prayer feels dry. Return when all you can say is, I am here. That is enough. Your small return is precious to me. Now listen carefully. Stillness is not only for calm mornings beside a glowing lake. Stillness must also follow you into chaos. The true breakthrough is not that you escape every loud place. It is that you learn how to carry an inner room where my peace can meet you even when life is pressing hard. Chaos will return. Messages will come. Bills will come. People will misunderstand. Your body may feel tired again. Plans may shift. But now you will have a way back. When chaos returns, do not wait until you are completely overwhelmed. Interrupt it early. Step away for 60 seconds if you can. Settle your breath. Listen for the next faithful step. Ask, what is mine to carry right now? This question will protect you from taking on the whole world. Some things are yours to handle. Some are yours to pray about. Some are yours to release. Some are yours to return to later with wisdom. Not everything belongs in this moment. If the chaos is external, let stillness become your anchor. If the chaos is internal, let stillness become your doorway back to truth. If the chaos is relational, let stillness keep you from speaking out of panic. If the chaos is financial, let stillness help you choose one wise step instead of spiraling through every possible disaster. Stillness is practical. It affects your words. It affects your decisions. It affects your sleep. It affects your courage. It affects your ability to hear me. This is why the enemy of your peace fights your quiet. Noise knows that a still soul becomes hard to manipulate. A still soul can recognize lies faster. A still soul can say no without guilt. A still soul can obey without needing everyone's approval. Stillness is not weakness. Stillness is spiritual strength under control. You do not need to be loud to be led. You do not need to be frantic to be faithful. You do not need to move fast to prove you are serious. You need to move with me. There is a difference. Fast movement without listening can become wandering with momentum. Slow obedience with my presence can become breakthrough. I am teaching you the second way. Now I want to give you a morning stillness routine for the next 7 days. Keep it simple enough to actually practice. Before you touch your phone, sit for 3 minutes. If mornings are difficult, choose the earliest quiet minute you can protect. Do not shame yourself if life is messy. Begin where you are. Minute 1. Step away. Let the phone remain untouched. Let the list wait. Say, I step away from noise before it names my day. Minute 2. Settle down. Breathe slowly. Put your hand over your heart. Say, I am here with you. You are here with me. Minute 3. Listen deeply. Ask, what is the one truth or next step for today? Then wait quietly. Write down one word, phrase, or action if something settles. Do not force an answer. If nothing comes, write, I am held. That truth is enough for the day. At the end, choose one small obedience. Not a grand declaration, one action. Drink water, apologize, prepare the document, rest, send the message. Walk outside, read one psalm, stop checking the thing that drains you. Stillness should become embodied obedience. Otherwise, it remains a peaceful idea. You may also practice evening stillness. Before sleep, ask, what noise followed me today? Name it. Then say, I release this noise from my night. Give me the concern. Give me the person. Give me the pressure. Give me the unfinished outcome. Your soul needs closure. You are allowed to end the day. Now I speak to the one who feels too drained to begin. You may think even 3 minutes sounds hard. You may feel numb, restless, distracted, or skeptical. Start with one breath, one honest sentence, one pause before the phone, one moment where you whisper, I need you. That counts. Do not let perfection steal return. My presence meets small openings. A cracked door is still an opening. A whispered prayer is still prayer. A tired heart turning slightly toward me is still turning. I receive it. The next message will address how to protect your stillness when other people keep pulling you back into urgency, drama, and emotional demands. I will show you how to keep peace without becoming cold, distant, or guilty. Stay near. Before you leave, comment, I choose stillness. Let it mean you are no longer willing to let noise become your shepherd. Let it mean you are returning to the quiet place where my voice becomes recognizable again. I am not far from you. I am in the dawn. I am in the breath. I am in the pause before panic. I am in the gentle nudge that keeps returning. I am in the quiet strength that rises when you stop running long enough to receive it. Your spirit has been exhausted from the noise you've been chasing. But you do not have to keep chasing. You can come back now. You can sit beside still waters. You can let my light break through the clouds of your thoughts. Step away. Settle down. Listen deeply. I am already standing beside you, and in your quietest hour you will hear me.